Today, we will be testing the better Heiken Ashi candles with expanded source type. But before we do, if you have not watched the first video on the channel and all the videos after that, you need to go do that now. Here at the Academy of Forex, we are building the best trading system possible as a team. There is also a link down below to sign up for TradingView. You can save a little bit of money if you use the link below to sign up for your account. You can also find a link below to join us on Discord. Lastly, if you would like a list of all the indicators we have tested along with their win rates, but you aren't interested in watching all the videos on the channel, you can sign up for our $9 Patreon, and you will receive the complete list of indicators. We also would like to introduce our Patreon exclusive Discord channel. As a $9 Patreon, you will be invited to join an exclusive Discord channel where we will give you a list of winning indicators and links for the MT platform, give you winning strategies, post trade ideas, give advanced advice, and much more. So click the link below to join our Patreon. Alright, as I said, today we will be testing the better Heiken Ashi candles with expanded source type. Before we do though, I wanted to put the testing scoreboard up for everyone to see. So to date, we have tested a total of 51 different strategies, with 13 of them being profitable. We've also tested a total of 708 indicators, with 285 of them being winners. The best ones so far were able to achieve a 100% win rate. Now you need to go back and watch those videos to understand the context of how they were able to achieve that. So go back and watch those videos and see what you can get out of those winning indicators. And keep in mind that we test most of these strategies and indicators on the Forex market, but they can be applied to just about any market universally. Okay, so today's indicator is the better Heiken Ashi candles with expanded source type. And you can see it here on the bottom of the screen. And so I did have to go in and change a couple of the settings. Well, I think just one of the settings actually. No, two. And so two of the settings on this particular one. So hence the name, it uses or is meant to be used with the Heiken Ashi candles, right? And so generally, I don't like using Heiken Ashi candles on my main source screen. I don't mind having it kind of as a source for my main candles up here above, if that makes sense. So the Heiken Ashi candles here are kind of giving me an idea of what's happening with the candles up here. But I'm not a fan, and many people aren't, of using just straight Heiken Ashi candles as their main trading candles. It can be a little bit a little bit more complex and a little bit on the deceiving side. And so in this particular case with this indicator, because it does revolve around the Heiken Ashi candle, I thought it only fair that we actually use it with the Heiken Ashi candles as its source versus your standard Japanese style candle like I have here above. And so luckily this indicator allows us to go in and change the candle type on the actual indicator itself while maintaining whatever candle style we want here above. And so what I did was I went in and changed it from regular, and I changed it to the HA Heiken Ashi better here. So I figured since we were going to change the option anyways to Heiken Ashi candles here on the bottom as the source, that we might as well go with the better version that the creator of the indicator labeled. So the only other change that I made besides that was I added the bar coloration, so that way it's a little bit easier for us to see up here on screen what's actually taking place down here, because again, this is a little bit challenging to read sometimes. And so that those changes there gave us this here above. And so you can see how we have these shifts in the colors of the candles from red to green and back and so on. And so what we are going to do is pretty simple. Obviously, I'm sure you can probably guess, when we get red candles, we are going to go short. When we get green candles, we are going to go long. So there's a very long explanation of what's happening with this indicator. This is one that is a rather complex indicator. A lot of them are pretty easy, but this one's a little bit more in depth. So let's go ahead and get on with the testing and see what we can get out of it. All right, so the first signal that we pick up is a short signal. You can see that we get that shift here from the green to the red candles, and pretty much immediately we start to get a heavy push to the upside. That one does come up and stops us out, or at least it switches to a signal in the opposite direction, flipping our trade into a long signal right here. You can see that we get a really nice push to the upside right there with that long. That one does come up and get us to take profit. Let's go ahead and continue on. All right, then we pick up a short right here. You can see that we get a really nice push to the downside. Let's just double check and make sure that we didn't get stopped out on this long wick. Nope, we did not. Got kind of close to our stop, but it avoided getting stopped out, and then pushes down and comes down, getting us to our take profit. Let's go ahead and continue on. All right, we then flip to a long right here on this one. We get a push to the upside, not a very strong one, but it is just enough to get us up there and get us to our take profit. Then flip to a short here on this side, and looks like we avoid our stop and we push down, getting us to that 60 pip take profit that we're looking for. One more winning trade there. And lastly, here we got this one, and a nice push to the upside gets us to our take profit once again. So doing pretty well at this point. What I'm going to do here is go ahead and fast forward through the rest of the testing. That way things won't get too long, and we'll pick this up when we are at the end of the year. Alright, so that's going to put us at the end right there. Before we take a look at what this was able to achieve, now would be a good time to say that if you are interested in excelling your trading knowledge, I highly recommend that you join our Patreon only channel on our Discord server. You can find a link to our Patreon down below, as well as a link to our Discord. Once you sign up as a patron, it'll give you access to the Patreon only channel, where we post some really great advanced information about trading strategies, trading indicators, and trading philosophy in general. And as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, you'll get access to the full list of indicators that we have tested. That comes in an Excel version and a PDF version, and you will get that full list of indicators showing exactly which indicators were winners, which ones were losers, as well as their win rates. And you'll get access to an Excel sheet of all the strategies that we have tested that shows exactly which strategies were winners, which ones were losers, as well as their win rates, and links to go back and review those individual strategies. And so there is a lot of benefits to becoming a patron of the channel, and it doesn't cost hardly anything at all. I highly recommend it. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at our indicator here, but real quick before we do, I've noticed kind of a trend in the viewership of the channel here. If you could give this video a thumbs up, please don't thumbs down the video, even if it's not a winning indicator. So even if it's not a winning indicator to our standard, that doesn't mean that it's a bad indicator. And plus, giving a thumbs down actually hurts the exposure that these videos get. We want to have as many viewers as we can to the video, so that way we have as much people commenting and giving us ideas as possible, and building the community up. And so Even if, like I said, it's not a winning indicator, please give the video a thumbs up anyways. Please don't give it a thumbs down. Thank you. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our indicator here. That is a good amount of trades within the 1 year's time. Let's go ahead and count it out and see what we have here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and 27. So we have 27 trades altogether, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. 15 winning trades. And so, unfortunately, that's not going to meet the 60% criteria that we're looking for. This indicator was doing really well, and it does really well, except for when it hits consolidation in the market. And so these periods right here, where we kind of just start running sideways with price action, you can see that it just got really confused and was just bouncing signals back and forth from long to short, back to long, back to short, and so on, just taking these clusters of losing trades right here. And those are what really just killed the win rate on it. I mean, we had a few here and there, but for the most part, we were really knocking out a lot of wins throughout here. And so if this was able to filter out those losing trades, and obviously it would do a lot better. But we run into an instance where basically we have a single line that price action, even in the Heiken Ashis down here, those Heiken Ashi candles are revolving around that single line. And I've said this many times, in the same issue that we have when it comes to moving averages is that anytime you have just a one single point without any kind of buffer in between, then you end up with these clusters like this. And so it's unfortunate because I thought this one was doing really well in the beginning. It looked like it was going to do great, but it is what it is. So like I said, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up, please. And that does it for today's video, when we'll be moving on to the next indicator from here.